Doctors, who's the dumbest patient you've ever had? Story 1. Working as a vet, I've seen my fair share of odd cases and curious behaviors from the animals I treat. And while most of the cats and dogs I deal with are sharp little critters, the same can't always be said for their owners. I mean, don't get me wrong, most pet parents are great, but then there are the ones who leave me questioning how they managed to dress themselves that morning, let alone care for a living, breathing animal. Here are some of my favorites. One day I had a client tell me, "My dog doesn't need heartworm prevention. We live in a gated community." For a moment I was stunned. I blinked at them, wondering if they were joking. They weren't. So I had to gently explain that mosquitoes, which carry heartworm, don't care about your HOA or your fancy gate code. They'll crash the party regardless. But nope. They were convinced their little patch of suburbia was mosquito-proof. Okay then. Then there was the woman who asked me, "After my cat is spayed, can she still have kittens?" I paused, thinking, did I hear that right? For the uninitiated, spaying involves removing the uterus and both ovaries. It's like taking out the engine and asking if the car can still run. I broke it down for her in simple terms, and she still looked skeptical, like I was withholding some secret reproductive magic. And how could I forget the self-proclaimed internet experts? I was on the internet for 2 hours researching seizures, so now I know more about seizures than you do, one man announced smugly. I smiled politely and resisted the urge to say, "Oh, totally, because those 2 hours on YouTube absolutely trump my 4 years in vet school, year-long internship, and 15 years of treating animals. Please enlighten me, Professor Google." Another favorite is the non-compliance crowd. This guy came in frustrated, saying, "My dog isn't getting any better." I asked if he'd been giving the prescribed medication. He sighed dramatically and said, "No, he doesn't like taking pills." Well, buddy, I don't like going to the gym, but sometimes you gotta do things you don't enjoy. Not giving the meds, but expecting a miraculous recovery? That's like not watering a plant and being shocked it didn't thrive. Then there was the anti-itch medicine debacle. A woman told me, "The medicine worked great for a while, but then it stopped working." I checked her file. I'd given her a month's supply, 3 months ago. When I pointed this out, she looked at me blankly, as if I just told her 2 + 2 = 5. And those are just the ones I remember off the top of my head. There are so many bizarre conversations and head-scratching moments that I've honestly stopped keeping track.